Thank you for tuning in to Gloves Off Seattle. Your hosts, Patti and Meagan, will be talking about all things Seattle women's hockey. A huge Pacific Northwest welcome to the PWHL. Gloves Off Seattle! Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.
Gloves Off Seattle?
It is Gloves Off Seattle, but we are having a very special guest today. Thank you, Cam, for joining us yet again from
Welcome back.
Average Joe Sports Network, aka
Yes.
Cam. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
The sun's coming out, so that's always, here in the Pacific Northwest, we're always
That's
happy to see that happen. So,
Of course.
we were getting started talking about the game last night, which is really why we wanted to have Cam on. We really wanted to have Cam on because we knew we were playing Vancouver last night, and no matter how it ended, spoiler alert, guys, Seattle got eliminated. Our 0.004% chance went away last night. So, but we did want to talk about the game, and I think it's super fun because we joke and we chirp, but we really are good friends, and it's fun to look at things from two sides of the coin. So, let's get into it. Let's talk about the game. Cam also was not watching in person because we didn't get to watch in person last night, but you got to participate in Ava's live stream last night. Tell us about that. How did that go?
Yeah, it was really interesting. I ran into some technical difficulties at some points, like in the middle of it, I think between the second and third period, my dorm's internet just like got shut off.
Oops.
So I had to take a brief break, but I just blamed it on Charge fans trying to get me. So
Honestly, like I know that there's a beef with the charge. What's the beef with the charge?
every time I explain it, people cut me off at the beginning. So let's make sure that we just
Okay,
gotta
well,
get it all the way.
well, get
Okay.
it all the way out.
So y'all remember when Sarah Nurse got hurt in the first game, right?
Yes, we were there.
She scores the first goal,
Yes,
first game. She ends up getting hurt and she misses 11 games.
yeah, we were there. That was against Seattle, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That was the worst period of my life. 11 straight games without Sarah Nurse playing, right? And
Wait, wait,
we pl
wait. How does
You
this?
said people interrupted
Okay,
at the
sorry.
beginning. Please go on, Cam.
I think we played Ottawa 3 times out of those 11 games, but in hindsight, looking back, it felt like we played them all 11. I don't know why it felt like we played them so many times. And then the first time we played them was kazoo giveaway night. So we were losing miserably and they were using those kazoos in the crowd. It was horrible. It was terrible. Um and then I think we beat them one time out of like three or one time out of two or something, but I just like the charge, guys.
Okay. I'm totally fine. And we could have a beef for no reason at all. Like honestly, like I'm totally down for like you don't like the cut of their jib. Like that would have been a cool
I think
response.
noisemakers have a lot to do with it because you remember being in where
Everett.
were we? In
Ev-
Everett. And
Yeah, so the
uh,
WHL teams, the Seattle Thunderbirds, which was who we rooted for last season, and then the Everett Silvertips, they play, but like in Everett, they have cowbells. And
Oh,
it is
that's worse.
no,
oh,
it is horrible. I mean, it is the most, and it's honestly, it's funny because a lot of the other arena, like I think it's there's a no
yeah,
cowbell
they
policy
can't
at
do it.
all
Yeah.
at Showware where the Thunderbirds play. So like they like purposely make a no, like no cowbell because it's so obnoxious. It's so obnoxious. So
I've heard cowbells in stadiums, but I'm sure a cowbell in an arena
It
is
was a lot.
it's very loud. But you're also talking to a person who carries around duck calls.
Okay, duck calls is different. And maybe it's like that's my side of the noisemaker, but duck
I didn't
calls
know
are
that.
fun and can be used in a myriad of different ways. And like cowbells or I mean kazoos, you can, kazoo a song, I guess. But I get it. And I understand other teams' frustrations with our duck calls. I get it. So
Yeah.
Duck calls. That's new.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. That's
Well,
new.
it's funny because you guys
Well, you
like,
guys are ducks. Like
yeah,
you should
golden eyes are
get
ducks. You
duck
should have duck
Is
calls.
that
calls.
something our fans use? Is that
No,
is that
no, no.
something I
It's
don't know?
it's the Anaheim
The
Ducks.
Anaheim Ducks. I had duck
Oh.
calls
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
So
yeah. For
yeah.
when she was, it's okay. You don't have to remember everything about us, Cam. But
Mm-mm.
yes, but we actually got when we went to see them play here. We saw the Ducks play here, and the kids were with us, and our little one like literally was like
He was
talking
talking
with the
with the
duck
duck
call,
call.
like he had it in his mouth, and finally like a
An
an
usher,
usher came down and said the on ice officials can't hear the whistles, which I think is was such
was
BS. I
ridiculous.
That's
think
a
people
lie.
were annoyed.
They were mad
That's a
we were winning
lie.
4-0 or
When
something.
we were when we were beating the Kraken pretty bad. So, oh, okay. So getting on to last night. I'm sorry you had technical difficulties, but I think it looked like it was a fun time for everybody who got to do the live stream. And also there was a bus of
Okay.
Torrent
More
fans that
fans.
went up for the game. There was about 50 Torrent fans that went up for the game as well. So I think they had a pretty good crowd. I think it was just over 10,000. And we were talking, do you know how many seats there are in Pacific Coliseum? I don't remember.
I think was there a point where we had the record before you guys where it was like 17,000 and then you guys upped it to like
That was at
19?
Rogers. That was at Rogers. That
Yeah, that was
wasn't.
at Rogers, not
Was
Pacific
it?
Coliseum.
Yeah, no, no,
Yeah.
no. Pacific is not. Pacific Coliseum isn't as big as
I'm
CPA.
thinking maybe 15.
Yeah, maybe 15.
Maybe that even sounds high.
Well, there's just okay, so you can do the Googling on
I
that while we
will.
talk. But there's so they just had a little over 10,000 last night. But again, for a weeknight game, like I'm kudos. Like that's a great and the weather was ick from what, all intents for
Oh
here it
yeah.
was ick, but I heard it was ick up there too. So getting into the game, they Sarah Nurse off of her arm, I believe, scored on us within the 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Tell me what your reaction was to that goal because I was like, wait, they're calling it Sarah Nurse? Like when did she ever touch this stupid puck?
It's another quick goal too. Ugh.
My reaction at first was I'm like, "Oh my God, Claire Thompson scored."
Yeah.
Then I was like, "Oh wait, Sarah Durst scored. Still cool, but not what I've been looking for since I think January 3rd was the last time Claire scored." So I was really looking for that first goal since the Olympics. She kind of had like an awkward stretch for the first couple games after the Olympics. I'm really rooting for her to get back to usual, and she has been. But that goal would have been like it would have let me know like okay, we're fully back. But
Mm.
who can never be upset about a Sarah Nurse goal?
Yeah, and off her
Couldn't couldn't
bicep.
couldn't, couldn't
Wasn't it
think
off her
about it for
I
bicep?
know
long.
it was totally off her arm too. Like, yeah, I agree with you because
Yeah.
when I was watching it live and I was like, they said Sarah Nurse, and I'm like, what? When did she touch it? Like, I was like, I didn't even see her stick touch it. Oh, it wasn't her stick; it was her arm.
Can't complain about it though. Can't be too mad about it.
For sure, for sure. So, I mean, from our side of from our side of everything, yes, we did, give up a goal very early on, but we held you guys off for the rest of the first period.
And we
So
had a lot of chances
I know
too.
yeah,
We were playing well.
we were playing well, and it was
Yeah.
even 6-6 shots on goal. I was not mad at the end of the first period. Like I was not mad at all. I was like, okay, like we're still in this. Like it's not, it's not bad. It's not
This is our
horrible.
huge.
This is our actually,
First
yeah.
intermission, down one
Yeah,
nothing.
getting scored on very, very early on,
Mhm.
no big deal. So how were you feeling at the end of the first period?
I think all of us were kind of in the same place because there will be some games where either of our teams we may jump out and score one first, and then the
That
and
hardly
then
ever happens with the torrent. Let me just put that out
this sometimes with
there.
my team we jump out and score
Yeah.
one first, and then we're all like, okay, cool. First period ends, we're up 1-0. The game may not always end in our favor because we can't take our foot off the gas. So
Mm.
I was kind of sitting there. I was like, okay, we're up 1-0. Shots are even. Both teams are going back and forth. There's still plenty of hockey left, so I'm not gonna, still plenty of game left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no early celebrations. Then it's 2-0.
Well, okay, but wait, I wanted to say
All
something
right.
really quick. It was interesting because Anna Wilgren took a tripping penalty at the end of the first period, and the commentator said, and I didn't realize this, she was number one for penalties in the
In
entire
the league.
league. She has 12.
Wait,
12
really?
minor, yes, 12 minor penalties. And I was just like, I was kind of floored. I was like, but I feel like almost every game she's in the penalty box for one
Is it
reason
I
or
mean,
not
she's
someone
fighting
from
hard.
New York that's number one in penalties?
it's not according to the commentators last night. That's what
Huh.
they said on the live broadcast. It was
That's
her.
interesting.
So,
I thought it would have been someone from New York.
what are you saying about New York, Cam?
They get a lot of penalties, man.
They do, actually.
They get a
I
lot.
Obviously, they spread them around a
Yeah,
lot.
they do. They spread them around more than we do. Okay, so now we go into the second period. And again, it was, I mean, I think the commentators even said it. It was very ping-pongy at at the beginning of the second period. And then yeah, Hannah Miller scores it's 6.5 minutes. So
Yeah.
thoughts, feelings, emotions.
I was shocked we scored another one. We don't do a lot of that. So I was like, okay, we scored another one. Again, crazier comebacks have happened. Let's just keep watching the game and see what happens.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I was at work and when I turned it, because I'm flipping screens, I'm working hard and I flipped over and it was 2-0 and I just went, oh God. Oh, come on.
So it's still at 2-0. I'm feeling like we're still in this, like we're not done.
Yes.
Like it wasn't over at that point for me
And
at
it
all.
wasn't like a bad 2-0. Like you guys were still like fighting back. Y'all were getting scoring chances. So who was it? I think it was Hannah Bilka that was like getting a lot of
Nope, Bilka's
chances.
out.
Bilka's
No,
out.
Bilka's
Who
out.
was it? It
Is
was
it Gosling?
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of
no,
like
no, no, no. It was Sir Dagny. Sir Dagny was
oh
Oh
getting a
yeah,
yeah.
lot of
Dax was all over
chances.
the place. Yeah,
So
Dax
I
was
was
all over the
like,
place. Yeah.
y'all are
No,
getting closer and closer with every shot. So we sit back and mind my business.
And the
well,
crossbar and the post, like, oh, it was a game of inches. And
yeah,
we were on the wrong side of the
yeah.
ruler.
There was a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, there was a lot of good shots. There was a lot of good chances. And we'll talk about that because I think a lot of that comes back a lot around in the third a little bit more. But halfway through the second is kind of when
The
the whole thing changed. The
the,
whole
the
thing, the whole
breath left my
really
body.
everything changed at that point. So, back to back within 30 seconds of each other, goals from Vancouver. So, Anna, is it Mixner? I don't want to say that incorrectly.
Meixner?
Meixner,
Meixner,
and then I'm not going to even attempt Madison. Sam- Can you say
Samaskevich?
Samaskevich?
Samaskevich,
Samaskevich. I was
first
like,
ever
Yes.
goal, right?
yes, it was her first,
Yes, the first one.
first
For
ever
her.
PWHL goal. And so at that point, I mean, for us, like, yeah, the air left our bodies. Like, I could see Schroeds just like totally dejected.
Yeah, it was bad.
And I know Vancouver fans were just like over the moon at this point. I mean, I could hear on the broadcast like the arena just going nuts. So, uh, you know, being up 4-0, I'm sure that felt like sigh of relief for Vancouver.
Yes, but that's also when I started thinking about the possibility of CJ going in because I was
Oh, you
looking
thought
and
that
You thought it
before?
was going to happen? Because
I
until it
thought it
happened,
was
I had
gonna
no idea.
happen because I saw before the game started I was like, oh, like CJ's in the lineup, like that's interesting, and then I saw us go up by that many and I was like, there's no way that they like changed goalies, right? And then it happened and I was excited. I wanted to see CJ play well. CJ played great.
Oh, yeah.
No other
Yeah.
goals for us
They
after
they
CJ went
won
in.
half a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I mean, I think for, obviously on the Torrent side of the coin, if there's any silver lining in all of this, it's that we got to see CJ in between the
In the
pipes last
pipes.
night. But I think that, for me, the hardest part was seeing Schroeds on the bench after when she had gotten taken out. Like,
Yeah.
I know that has to be, I really hope it's just a hard night, right? Like it just wasn't going her way. And I think she's still a great goalie and, we still love her and we support her
Yes.
100%. But I also
Absolutely.
think like what an amazing opportunity because obviously mentally like that puts a goalie in such a bad spot to have like two goals back to back like that. Like I
Yeah.
think, I really appreciate coach's wisdom in just saying like, nope, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make the change
Trying to stop the bleeding.
and yeah, and that's what, yeah, because we were talking about this morning, and that's what I said. I was like, I think the game could have gotten a lot worse for us
Mhm.
had he not pulled Schroeds at that point, just from a mental standpoint. I don't think that she was probably in it. And, CJ did exactly what they should have done, which is they completely stopped the bleeding. But I think the
Oh yeah.
bigger conversation that we need to have, and we can talk about this right now before we talk about the third period, is why? Because honestly, if you look at it, I don't think that there was many shot attempts, for CJ as there was for Schroeds.
Oh,
No.
so you're saying the defense
Well, no,
stuff was
I wanted somebody else to say it.
Oh well, thanks for drawing
Well,
that.
I was trying to draw that out of somebody that our defense looked different in front of CJ than it did in front of Schroeds.
Definitely.
And yeah, okay, so it wasn't just me. It
Yeah,
wasn't just me. I
I
know a lot of
definitely
people have
agree
talked about it today.
because we went from I think we shot 20 something times between the first and second period. In the
21.
third period, Yeah, Vancouver shot what, three times in
Three.
the third period?
Three
Yeah,
times.
we totally had the third
Yeah,
period.
16. It was 16
Yeah,
to
16 to
3
3 in the
in the
third.
third.
Yeah, yeah, you don't just shoot seven times less in one period than you have the whole game for no reason. I don't know if the people got it. I think it energized y'all's players, honestly. I think that's what it
Oh
was.
yeah.
Everybody was like, CJ's here. Like we can't let CJ down in their first appearance this season, so let's go ahead and lock in and finish out the game strong, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that was in the head of coach because
Yeah.
there had to be there and it's almost like a wake up call. Like we need to change and you need to feel differently about this or something. I don't think that that CJ was put in because they thought we had a chance to win it. But did you feel like at that point at 4-0 like it was in the bag?
I think when it was 4-0, there was what, the second half of the third period to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like 7 or 8 minutes left in the
Yeah.
second.
I was more so just hoping that we didn't let our foot off the gas because we've had, I
Yeah.
think, one more game this season like this where we ended up letting up like two more goals and then we ended up winning by like one or two. So I was just hoping that we wouldn't let our foot off the gas, get lazy on the power play, just finish out the game and like just run through the finish line sort of situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I definitely think I don't think that you guys did let your foot off the gas. Like that's not what I saw in the third period from Vancouver at all. But I will, I do want to just, talk a little bit about because I want to give Bucky, I want to give Bucky her credit for scoring that goal
Yes.
in the third period because I think that number one, it was a beautiful goal. It was
It was
fun
a
to
great
see.
shift too.
Yeah,
It
it
was
It
a
was a
total
was. It was
shift.
great.
well,
Yeah.
and we call, the line that now has come back together, which is Lexia Gia, Bucky, and Snodgrass. We call them the Premier line because they were all in the Premier League at one point. And so, like, it was
Oh,
nice to see them back together too, because we haven't seen them play together for
A
a
while.
while. Like, because they, with Bilka out and night
And the
out, it's like
injuries and
it's been a total
new
mix up, and
player.
it's still a mix up of the lines. We're still like every game we're like, okay, what are the lines going to be this game? What are the lines going to be this game? So it was great to see that line really connect and her to get that goal. And I
Yeah.
think for me, it was a hard loss. Obviously, we got eliminated. That's always kind of a shot in the gut. But
right.
to see CJ play, like you said, and I've seen your videos that you put out, those are great. To see CJ play, and keep it at bay for the rest of the game, like that number one feels like a victory to me. But also to see, Bucky score a goal, and we didn't let you guys, we didn't let Mash shut us out, really. Like, let's be honest, like I didn't
Yeah.
want to get shut up by
Yes.
Mash either.
Yeah.
So,
She was
she-
amazing. I mean,
She needed that game after we played Boston and Edmonton and she started out there. She needed a game like this one. So it
mm,
was good to see her play like her normal self, look more normal.
yeah. Well, and you guys have this is she's your goalie, right? And
Right.
and and Soupy's backup, right? Is that kind of the situation in Vancouver, right? If I'm reading that correct.
Right. But with Mash's injury, Soupy got more time than
Right.
probably she would have if Mash wasn't hurt. But yeah, that's just the usual dynamic.
Yeah, because we have more of a 1A, 1B between Hannah
Murphy
and
and
Schroeder.
yeah.
They normally
Right.
they go back and forth a little bit more. And like you said, like this is the first time we've been able to see CJ play at all. This is her or their second PWHL game period in the 3 seasons that they played in the PWHL. So that's pretty exciting. So really quick, we're gonna say Seattle got eliminated.
Right.
Vancouver's still in the hunt for the playoffs. I think maybe their percentage
Point
went up just a little bit.
zero zero seven.
No, no, no. They
Just a
were like
little.
they
Oh,
were
they were
like
like
point
point
zero
point zero
three.
three.
Yeah, so maybe like you
Okay.
guys are like point zero 0.06 now. Maybe you're one, point one. I don't know, whatever. I don't math is not my thing. But um Vancouver's still in the hunt for the playoffs, which is great. But we play against each other again on
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep.
So I want to hear because Cam, I know you have feelings about how this game's going to go down. Well, and I want to say we because we've been eliminated, we now start
Goal
accumulating
points.
goal points, which we've talked about previously. But just
Right.
so people who maybe are catching this and haven't heard us talk about it before, the gold points count towards draft pick for next year. And so the higher, more points you have in the after mathematical elimination, the higher your draft pick. And so obviously, since we are the only ones that are eliminated, we get points if we win anytime here in the future. So,
And there's a big reason to get points. I mean, a
oh
little
yeah.
answer. There's some answering that needs to happen on Saturday,
Oh,
and we could eliminate Vancouver at
yeah.
the same time getting 3 points that aren't available. So I think Saturday is going to be a great game.
I think Saturday's
Go
gonna
ahead, babe.
no, 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 no. I think Saturday is going to be a great game,
Yeah.
100%. But I want to
I
hear
think so too.
I think I want to hear Cam's take because I know what your take is on what you want to see for Saturday. So please tell us.
The first thing I want to see for Saturday, I want to see CJ and Ned on Saturday. I need to see it because CJ earned themselves the starting position in my mind. I mean, you guys are eliminated. You're not in playoff contention, so there's no reason why you shouldn't just try it and see what happens. I mean,
I I
there's no
agree
reason.
I agree with you 100% because I think that we proved what our team can do with CJ in goal
Yeah.
in front of you guys. So, okay, that's my I agree.
My
What do you
second
think the
point about
percentage is?
this,
No, 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 no. What do you think the percentage is of CJ starting in net on Saturday?
I hope all the videos that the team has probably seen has peer pressured them a little bit into making it happen.
Mm. I know we know Steve. I don't Steve isn't really he number one, he's not a social media dude. So like I don't see him watching any of that, but I don't see him succumbing to peer pressure. But I could be wrong.
Hopefully it's 80%.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I
Interesting.
we need CJ in net. There's no reason for CJ to not be in net on Saturday.
Interesting.
And I think out west, our home arena advantage, our advantages in our own arenas are usually it's pretty good. The teams that come from over there on the east, they got to travel over, and it's usually harder to play in our arenas, I feel like. And Vancouver's never played in Seattle before. I just
Nope.
realized that yesterday. We've never
Yes.
played in Seattle.
Nope.
So tough environment, a goalie that you've only gone against one time, not in preseason. A team that's looking to play spoiler, a rivalry game. It's gonna be a great game, I feel like. It's gonna be very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I completely agree. And I will say this too, and this is gonna this might piss some people off and be an unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Wow.
I know. I was actually gonna be really upset if the only game that CJ started all season was the Pride game. So that's three games away now, because that's the game on April 25th. Our last home game is our Pride game. And I just didn't
Hmm.
want that to be the only game they started if they chose to do that. You know what I mean? Because that's
Right.
what they did in Toronto last year is they started them during the Pride. That was the game they played was the Pride game. And I know that
Hmm.
it's a feel good thing, but it's also like, come on, we gotta, like there's some talent, there's some talent there. We saw it last night. Like we've got to be giving them more of a chance than just, we're gonna put you out there on display during Pride. I know it's not gonna be a popular opinion, but
Yeah, I don't know. I just really want to see CJ play just because I mean I know I've said this a lot, but whenever they came out, I was like seriously ready to see what I was gonna see from him because I had zero expectations. I didn't know what I was gonna see. And then whenever I saw what I saw, I mean, lights out performance.
Yeah.
yeah,
Faced three shots, no other goals allowed.
yeah.
Yeah.
CJ
Well,
needs to be in net.
and I guess we've had the opportunity to see CJ in
In
practice.
practice.
So like that's the advantage that we've had is that we've seen CJ in practice. And that's against their, obviously only against the Torrent, not against other teams, but
Right.
it's, I agree with you. Like there's a reason why they play in the PWHL. Like they are not they are a talented goalie for sure. And so it is exciting and the thought of maybe ending the season with
Mm.
them starting in goal would be kind of cool.
We
I
shall
wouldn't have
see.
rather had CJ go in net against any other team, just like I wouldn't want to be eliminated from playoff contention by any other team. And hopefully
It probably doesn't
it's the
feel as
other
bad to
way.
be eliminated. It wouldn't feel as bad to be eliminated by us, but I get
No,
it.
if you guys
Does
eliminated
not
us,
feel
I'd be like,
being bad being eliminated by Vancouver.
Oh no. I mean,
I
I
mean, you're happy we did it to ourselves. We
I know. I
risked
just didn't want to be
that.
eliminated by another like another game altogether. That
That
was
just
what was,
wasn't
oh
us.
gosh, that was what was making me mad last weekend on Saturday. Is like I was like, I don't want to be eliminated in a game we're not even
Even
in.
watching.
Yeah, I
yeah,
was like
those
that.
scenarios suck.
Yeah, because I was like, I want to have a little control over our own fate. But again, we knew.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew it was probably coming sooner rather than later. I think it was really funny because our 11-year-old last night was like, if we die, we're taking you with us.
And as much as my wife says she doesn't do math, she can do math. So
Anyway, I just thought it was cute. I thought it was really cute because we were just talking about the scenarios of like what could happen. I was like, well, we have to win in regulation. That's the only way we stay in it. And he's like, well, what happens if we win in overtime? I was like, then we take them with us. And he's like, ooh, that's what we need to do.
I think all of us a little bit we're wanting that
Wanting
scenario
it.
to happen. That would have been absolutely
It
hilarious
would have
if
been
that's actually
epic.
happened.
Epic.
then we would have been next to each other getting goal points
That's true.
together, and it would have made this
That's
Saturday
true.
game even bigger if that's possible. But it's
Yes.
pretty big in our
It
eyes.
is well, it is big in our eyes, but I'm sure it's big in Vancouver eyes too, right? Because I mean, a
We
win
need
for
to
you
win.
guys means that you stave us off from getting gold points in front of you because you're even though you're not eliminated yet. But I don't want to put it out there because I don't know this because I think there's games in between now and then. There's a game tonight. I don't know if Vancouver is in potential elimination position because of any of the
I
games that are going
want to
on.
say that we are. I think
Oh yeah.
our chances are riding on Toronto right now.
Toronto. So
Okay.
Toronto and New York
Interesting.
play tonight.
Hmm.
So, and it might be New York too, because New York is who's right out in front of Vancouver. So,
Yeah.
because or New York is who we were riding on this past
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I know the PWHL will inform us if there's an elimination scenario because they've done that all the times that there was elimination scenario for Seattle. Uh, but yeah, I think that's where
Yeah.
we're at. Tell us, Cam, when are you going to come up and see a game?
I
We should talk
don't.
about that. We totally thought he
Oh
was
my gosh.
coming. Oh my gosh.
So Cam sends us a message and says, "Do you guys have room for me?" And I'm like, "Cam wants to come and see a game and hang out in Seattle." I'm like,
We were
"Yes."
so excited.
You're like your gay aunts were so excited that you were coming to visit. I can't even tell you. And then you're like, "No, no, no, just to be on the podcast." I'm like, "Well, yeah, of course you can come be on the podcast, but geez, I was
Yeah,
excited."
that kind of hurt my feelings to like to tell you guys. I didn't want to like
Oh,
I
no,
didn't want to
no.
ruin it.
Aw.
We were excited, but that's really honestly like you've got to see a game in person. Like that's got to happen.
I would love to. I don't even have a driver's license. I don't have a passport. Over the summer, I need to make those two things happen. So
Yes.
whenever the next season comes around, I'll be ready. And all I
Yeah.
gotta do is
And
just
you
find the time.
you have to find the time and you have to find the right trip where you can go to a game in Vancouver and a game in Seattle and then yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a home and home where it's like we go to Vancouver
Well,
and
who
Vancouver
knows?
comes down here.
Maybe a takeover tour next year will get even closer to you. Because I mean, Dallas I know isn't like incredibly
Yeah.
close, but it's closer
Closer
to
than
you than yeah
Seattle and
than
Vancouver.
any
I
place
really hope they do that because I was thinking about it. Last year they had the Raleigh location. They didn't do it this year. They had Dallas. Nashville would be cool. I
Mm,
don't, have they done Nashville before?
I don't think
I
so.
don't
We'd
think
come to
so.
Nashville. I love Nashville. Nashville's a
Mm.
cool place. So
They haven't done
yeah.
Nashville before. Atlanta's an interesting one just because
I would 100% come
that's
to Atlanta because you know now we're Atlanta Truth fans, so we got to come to Atlanta.
yeah. Atlanta would be great. The Atlanta may not be the biggest market in the world for like a lot of these men's leagues, but as far as
Do
the
they have
women's
an
leagues
NHL
go,
team?
They used to.
Oh, not
Yeah.
anymore. Okay.
they
No.
they tried the NHL twice in Atlanta. It didn't work either time.
Mm-mm.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's
Well,
not the biggest market.
yeah. Well, I just think we are on a time crunch, guys. Not that we could talk to Cam for 3 hours, but we are on a time crunch because Patty unfortunately has to go to work. But I do want to give Patty the last word because that is what we do around here.
I think friends, because it's nice to have a friend on the podcast and to know that that our friends in Vancouver, which we have a lot,
Yeah.
and we're bringing some to the next
Yeah,
game.
we actually are bringing Vancouver fans to the next game, which we're like, why are we doing this to
Why are we
ourselves?
doing this? Megan, why? Why are we doing this?
Spoiler,
Excited.
Ash in Motion is coming with us and she's bringing her
Oh,
friend. Yeah, she's bringing her friend Jordan, who's one of the in-arena entertainers at Pacific
that's
Coliseum.
awesome.
So yeah, they're gonna come down and watch the game with us because it's a weekend game and so we got a couple extra tickets. So we thought we'd bring them along. So
Yep.
we thought you were coming with us, honestly.
Yeah, West
Next
Coast,
time.
Best Coast, man. So
That's right.
gotta support each other, both teams.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Except for when we're playing, but then even when we're playing, we're very
Yeah.
friendly to each other. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we make plans for after the game. In the middle of the game, it's
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
It's all good.
friends.
Friends.
Okay, guys.
Thank you, Cam.
Thanks, Cam, for making the time. We appreciate you. And
Yeah.
we'll talk to you on the flip side.
Yep.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And that's the show. Tune in next time for another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.